guess this will be part two of the last video. I was mainly talking about my educational path, my formal education path, and how I got there. Um, I was going to go to school anyway for business, but there was a change on my job which caused me to move a little bit faster. And I'm glad I paid attention to the signs because had I not, I would not have been prepared at all. It is so important to pay attention to your gut. Your gut always knows. That is a part of you connected to God. That's your higher part of you, your higher self, some people call it. That is connected to God, that is saying, hey, wake up. We got something that's about to pop off here, and you need to do some things. And so I paid attention. I saw the signs. I went to school. I did what I was telling everybody else to do, have your pinky toe somewhere else. My way of doing it was by not getting another job at the moment. It was get some more formal education. And I'm glad I did that. I did. Um, I did not end up getting, well, yes, I did. I was about to say I did not end up getting a job using those degrees. I just did not do that in my hometown where I was living at the time. And because it's a small town, it's very family oriented. And if you're not connected to a lot of the founding families or a particular university in town, then a lot of the jobs you're just not going to get. And I was not going to get it on any of those means. I just was not. And so when I left getting to get married, and I ended up in another place. I ended up in Georgia. I left Virginia and went to Georgia. And that's where I was able to use my credentials, my formal education. I was able to use it then. I ended up in uh, a created position. This is so funny. It is so funny how most of my jobs, especially in management, those positions were created. They didn't have them before. They liked me during the conversation, during the interview. And so they wanted to put me somewhere because they saw how it could be an asset to the company. And they created a position that was not there before. Talking about imitating God as his reflection of making a way out of no ways. We do have the same ability. We are a reflection of God. He created us in his image. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, everything that you do, your reflection in that mirror is supposed to do the same thing. So I am a creation of God in his image. And if he creates, I'm supposed to do the same thing. We are co-creators. And so just about every job I've been on after that was created, like literally created. Um, and I left when I felt like it was time to go. Or in one position, life ended it for me. And like I said, I knew it was time to go because life was taking me into a different place. And that place was, um, it was time for my marriage to end. Now, I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm going to go into it in a different video of why that came to be. But right now, I'm going to talk about how the formal education that I received, how it really shaped my thinking as far as being more theoretical. Because it's basically all you're really getting. You know, when you go for a formal education, they give you the what, and they give you all the thoughts that are behind it, but they never give you the how. That comes with experience, that comes with hands on experience, that comes with life. And if you do not experience life, um, according to what it is you wanting to know and wanting to do, and if you have no hands on experience in those things, then it gets kind of tough. But yeah, it helped shape my mind to think more because I am a thinker by nature. That's just what I do. And a lot of people pay me for my thoughts. They do. They call me. I have this call me button on my link tree, and people call me just to, you know, get some information and advice, or some guidance rather, on which way they should go. I do a lot of consulting that way. You can call me on um, my call me button on Clarity, and that will be linked in the description. You just click on the link tree, and there's a call me button on there, and yeah, we can schedule a date where we can talk. And so I think a lot, and that's what I do with that. I think a whole lot, and a lot of people love how my mind processes, so they pay me for my time to talk to me, to get some ideas on where to go, whether it be business, whether it's in life, especially spiritual. And that's a service that I am going to be offering soon, spiritual counseling. I'm going to be offering that soon. I am in the process of doing intakes for clients. Um, and I will promote that a little bit more in February, because I want to get started with the clients um, around about April or May. I do. But the reason why I'm doing intakes and having conversations is so sometimes you think you want somebody to work with you, but you're not a good fit. And I may not be that person for you. And that's the reason for my call me button, because I can tell you in the conversation that we may or we may not be a fit to work together to get you where you need to be in life. And so that's what that is for. But yeah, um, I enjoyed, as I said before in part one, I enjoyed my time in business school. I ended up with so many connections. I met a lot of people, business wise, and we are still connected today. We are. I'm. I started meeting people through social media because I got more involved into social media, which I wasn't before. But I created a business with Elegant Granny out of a need for internship, so I can get some hands-on experience, because I wanted a little bit of experience on what it was like being a manager as far as organizational management. And there was none. So I created one. And I went to the school and I presented it, and it was approved. Because, like I said, the president and I, or the director, or whatever his position was at the time, we were cool like that. And I was like, hey, this isn't going to work with all these other businesses, because I like where I'm working, and I cannot afford to miss work just to do that and overwork myself. So it was better for me to create my own business, and it worked. It was approved, and that's how Elegant Granny got started as a business. Yeah. Now, some of the cons of being in business school, because I gave you some pros of it helped me with my thinking, gave me more theories or whatever to think about, because I love other people's perspectives on things. And yeah, because it causes my wheels to continue turning. So there was that. And then the second thing, it helped me to be ready for when my job with the state was going to shut down. That's the second thing. It helped me with that. The third thing was um, it helped me to create a business where I was, it helped me to utilize my creative ability because where there was no way, I created a way. And yeah, it let me know that, hey, nobody can tell me that this can't be done. I did it. I proved it and I did it. Now, one of the cons is pretty much the same as one of the pros. There wasn't an internship available for me. There just wasn't that could accommodate my needs. And yeah, because I would have had to stop supporting myself with the income, there was absolutely no one else, no one else who could support me. Um, I was in my 40s, early 40s at the time, late 30s, early 40s at the time. Who's going to take care of a grown woman, you know, who is well capable of taking care of herself? And the ones that I looked at, they weren't paying, so they weren't worth me leaving my job to, do that because I still needed to take care of myself. So I created my own. That was the con. I had to, which is actually it's a pro and a con. It it kept me from doing everything like everybody else did, but there was nothing available because what if I had the mindset of where there's nothing there, I can't go any further, but I'm not. I have this creative ability, and whenever there's something not available to me, or if someone does not have my no, I keep going until someone has that yes on their tongue. That's just what I do. Another con was, oh my goodness, it costs so much. Yes, it does. It costs a lot. It cost more than what I had, but there are no regrets here. There are no complaints here. That's just the way it was. If I wanted it, that's what I needed to do to get it. So, yeah, and most of it's paid off. Most of it. And from what the government tells me, they may be able to go ahead and pay the rest of it off because I work in education. Now, you see how sometimes your cons can turn to pros? I love life. I do. I love how this works out. So, I'm waiting to hear back. The person I talked to, they are quite certain that everything will be forgiven. So, yeah, we'll see. But I paid a lot of it off, a lot of it off. So, but like I said, there are rewards for doing things with integrity. Yeah, which is not as common anymore. It's so uncommon to see people do things with integrity anymore. And that's why you see a lot that should not be happening. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Um, the last con is those theories did not help me with my experience. They did help me think. They did. They did help me think a little bit more. But that was basically it. But as far as the hands-on experience, no, it didn't. That was something on me. I had to make that happen, and that's something that, as your children go to college, if they choose to, um, you need to prepare them for that. That their education is not going to exactly get them the job, and it's not exactly going to prepare them. It trains their brain to think a lot differently and to think a lot more critically about what they are trying to go into. And so, yeah, to me, that's the con.